That reminded her of of the Wakanda Forever salute. That's maybe the first time this is mentioned. Yeah, it was. Man, Hannah's really intentional and she designed a few options for, the A-frame of the church would be. She had like a hammer truss design, and then she had that kind of cross-beam design as well. My producing partner, Zenzi Coogler, she kind of pointed out that reminded her of the Wakanda Forever salute. And I spoke with Hannah after. It turns out that it's maybe the first time this is mentioned, but every single truss that she pitched, it was 3 of them. They all had, homages to that film and to Chadwick. Chadwick's special, man. He could be in any movie, you know what I mean? he was that good,
We be free.
Sammy's music, the montage with all of the spirits from different times, that was always in the script. The thing that was not in the first draft, but I eventually put in was actually Remix scene when he's singing the Rocky Road to Dublin and all of the vampires are around and he's doing his step dance. That came like maybe 2 or 3 drafts later. It was a great touch point for me and Jack. He talked about how his late father, who was an Irish immigrant to the UK, and I started working on the script based off of my relationship with my late uncle. So we shared that that commonality there, and I think he brought a lot of his relationship with his dad to his performance and into the movie itself. So each name was pulled from a blues song, but also Black Baptist culture. It's kind of like the initial identical twins of the movie.
You boys twins?
Nah, we cousins.
So the characters' names, I wanted them to have like a lot of hidden meanings in them, but also I wanted them to, on the surface, if you know blues music, these characters are pulled from specific songs. The most important one I would say is Perline. Her name is pulled from a Son House song. We pulled a lot of material from his life for Sammy. So that idea of this old blues musician kind of singing about a woman, we wanted Perline to kind of be ethereal and kind of represent the blues itself, which is why we put her in that colored dress that was almost kind of pulled from the Ernie Barnes Sugar Shack painting. As far as sequels go, I was coming off of 3 films in a row that were a part of pre-existing franchises, and that's a certain type of commitment, because that the films are always going to exist in comparison to these other things. A lot of them you had nothing to do with sometimes. I thought it would be a real cool thing to do with the audiences, but also for the movie, for it to be its own thing, start to finish. And I thought about that, like my favorite blues songs, they don't have sequels. You could just go back and listen to the song. So that was the mind frame that we were on, and that's kind of like where I still am.
Konbini.